IG-Bugsontherun Season 1.
And it's a lot of them. There's even a few young ones doing their little thing. You know, the chick Saudi B, you hear her name, you know, she's doing things. And it don't matter, it's not because of who she fuck with or anything. She don't fuck with the nigga no more, and she still make her own name. So it's a lot of girls here. And if I didn't name them, they know who they are. Like,
Right.
Brill, I fuck with Salon Brilliance. I fuck with her come up. How she, you know, she did her thing. She got her own hair salon, her own hair store, all types of things. Like, it's a lot of girls out here. And they've been out here, you know, since I've been out here. We was like 16 in all the parties and stuff like that. And now we of a certain age and stature, and we still doing us. So
Facts.
I don't know too many bitches that, you know, been around me coming up that really fell off. They just went up.
How you feel about the rappers in the city? Like, what's some of the rappers like you listen to?
I listen to all of them, which I feel like they be trying to make you pick a side, and I'm not picking no side. If I like something music, like I like it. Like, ain't nobody fitting to tell me I'm Mr. Disrespectful and I don't give a fuck who you is. I will disrespect you. It's not a hot line, whether they like them or not. I fuck with the OT7 niggas. I fuck with they little wave. I fuck with a lot of niggas wave. South Philly niggas, the DTE niggas, which is my folks.
Okay.
I fuck with a lot of niggas wave. And I feel like these young niggas, they should just go up and win and stop worrying about the beefing and stuff like that. Like, even, you know, all the dancing little niggas and stuff like that. Like, that wouldn't be my type to go after, but I see y'all. I'm happy for y'all.
Right.
But I don't feel like the city showed each other enough love with it. Like, you got other people outside the city mentioning Philly rappers and stuff like that. All you'll hear them is disrespecting each other.
If you had a chance to like mess with a rapper from the city, like who would it be? Like,
I already have.
Oh. You would speak on that?
I'd rather not. But I will say he hot. He a hot nigga. He known very well. He got a lot of songs out. You know, he from the city, the north side. You know, you could probably figure it out. The guessing game of
I do
it.
my homework.
I mean, so far I fuck with like 3 well-known rappers in the city that like rap, but I'm not a bitch that's going to support your underground rap career. I mean, I'm gonna be like, all right, that's a nice song and it's good, but like, I'm not about to sit there and pay for studio time and sitting there with you all day. Like, it's boring to me. And really, one of the hottest rappers in the city, whom I think he's just a dickhead, is Quilly Mills.
I like Quilly too.
I never dated him or anything like that, but I really fuck with him. He's a good rapper, but he's just a dickhead. So my folks, we from the same block. We like family in there. And I felt like watching him go up and win, and even people around him, like my cousin Dion, he in the NBA. Like, I done seen a few people turn into millionaires that came up with me. So I feel like I could do the same thing. And I don't want no handout with it. I want to make my own name. Like, nobody know me as such and such folks or cousin. People know me as Connie Mack. I built my own name.
Was it always Connie Mack or Connie?
Now, it started off as Connie, but when I was like around 15, 16, I started hanging up Trap Street. And Trap Street Kev, free him, you know. He like one of the biggest names off Trap Street, him and Kion. They start calling me Connie Mack up there. So it just stuck with me and ran with me. So everybody started calling me that. And then I had a rep for, you know, always having a couple niggas. So they will always say, like, you really Connie Mack, like, you know,
No, that's thorough. How you feel about the gun violence in Philly? Like, you think it slowed down or like
The violence,
the gun violence in Philly? How
the
you feel
gun
about
violence.
that?
I feel like people might like not want to hear this, but I feel like it is some people out there that have to go, but then there's some people that it was any drill. Like, who killed Meech, Mr. Thousand Jobs? Like, that was any drill to go on.
Real
Like,
shit.
he wasn't gonna hurt nobody. It don't matter what he was talking about to anybody. He was getting his shine and getting his popularity. Like, he was running his mouth. Another death that like shook me, Camaro Rob. Like, why y'all do that to him?
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was helping the city out. He was making it fun. Now we ain't got shit to do.
Do you feel like when people like the names you just mentioned, like people passing away, you ever hear people say like you never knew what they was into, or like you don't know what they had going on, like
Yeah, but one thing about it, I knew what Camaro Rob had going on because that's been my folks. Like, that was like my guy, my homeboy. And all he was from the beginning was a Hertz truck driver. He sold potato chips.
oh damn.
And then he made $1 million business off selling hair.
Oh, damn, that's tough.
And I don't recall him ever doing nothing to anybody. Probably fuck some niggas bitches. But who don't do that?
So what's the next thing for Connie? Like what's the plans like?
Well, my show dropping in September, and my podcast is about to start in 2 weeks here. Miko set me up a setting, a little background for my podcast. I'm about to start my podcast. My first guest on my podcast is gonna be Rocky.
Okay.
You know, and then my show coming out, and then I had to do the reunion, and then I'm trying to start on season 2 with the boys. I'm just trying to take Philly up because I feel like they never gave us a chance to show what we got, because we got shit going on here.
Right.
They hear about the violence and shit like that, but they don't know it's really niggas and females with motion out here and doing things. Like, it's 19-year-olds that hold businesses and stuff like that. My niece 17, she got her own business, all that.
No, that's real shit. Is it hard running the TV show? Like,
We filmed last month, and with all the girls, it's real catty. It was a lot of girls that started going against the grain in the show and being mad because things wasn't going their way and not really staying down. This is our first go round. This is my first go round too. It's all our first show.
right?
We learning and growing. They expecting shit to just fall in place. Like, we gotta make it fall in place. We gotta build it. And I feel like all bitches ain't team players.
What's your relationship with Mir?
Who?
I said, what's your relationship with Mir?
I don't know that person. He was just love for me to speak on him.
Huh?
He was just love that.
Oh.
I don't know that person. You know, I put a couple people on some money, a couple bags. They got greedy, and shit went haywire.
Talk about the people you did put on and they show love, or thank you, Connie. Like,
It's a lot. It's mainly the niggas, and I got a lot of females. There's niggas that to this day hold me down. Like, I ain't gonna never forget what you did for me. Whether it was a nigga I fuck with or it's one of my homeboys. Like, niggas see me, they dap me up. I'm not a bitch that niggas disrespect, touch on, and shit like that. Like I said, I'm one of the guys damn near.
right?
Like, I grew up with guys, a household full of guys, and I've always was more close to guys than females. But I had female friends, and I got some solid ones that been around for a long time. And you would never see me going through nothing with, because we ain't on it.
Tell me how important is having a solid circle around you with everything you got going on and your name.
With all that happened and things I've seen, it's very important. Because at certain points, I would just let anybody around and do things and go places with me. But me, I'm just looking at it like, bitch, it's cool to hang out with. They don't mean my friend.
Right.
And they take it a personal way when I try to explain to them, like, we just going out and stuff like that. Like, I ain't. or whatever. But if I could see that you were a friend and I took you personal and I feel like you crossed me, that's when I feel like you forcing my hand. Like everything that happened that went down last year, the only thing that hurt me was me losing my boyfriend. Whatever I did to anybody or anything, I don't regret it. I would have done it again and again.
Is Connie Mack emotional? Like, when the last time Connie Mack cried, like shed tears?
When I cried,
Like, when was the last time you
cried
cried?
sporadically, like here and there, like, because I keep everything bottled in. And I feel like when I'm in front of people, or if I gotta show like solidness, like I can't be broken. But you know, when I'm in the house by myself, when I'm just ain't nobody in there but me and my boyfriend, things that he left, I cry, talk to him, shit like that. But I'm not really too much of a crier. And that's why a lot of people seem to think like when all those things happened, I didn't care because I wasn't emotional about it. I just felt like people that didn't care about me wanted to see the emotion out of me. And that wasn't for them. If you didn't care about me, everybody that cared about me and cared how I felt, they saw the emotion. And that's all that mattered to me.
Who you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I want to give a shout out to Trap Free Kev. That's my guy. He booked right now in the feds. He be back. You'll be interviewing him soon. He got some stories to tell too. And just everybody that be rocking with me. All my girls on my page. I call them the mamas. They support me. Like they pay my bills. Like that's how I make my money. And like they want me to keep going with this shit. Like they tell me all the time, like don't stop, don't give up, don't care what nobody say. It's really genuine people out there that fuck with me. And it's people that don't like me. But like I said, the love overpower the hate.
Right.
People hate the way people love me. And they always want to figure out why her? Like why she's this, she's that. Like, and I may be those things, but I'm still 100% solid bitch. Like I've been raised and taught by damn near all the gangsters in the city. Like, so they'll vouch for me before an Instagram motherfucker will. You'll have to hear from a nigga in the streets like, no, Connie, this is what she on. She ain't that. You don't know her. Like,
Right.
Instagram is my persona. That's my job, I feel like. In real life, that shit don't carry in my life.
Right.
I feel like I'm just an entertaining person. Like, and I'm not even like, I don't think I'm funny or nothing, but people think I'm funny, but I don't be being funny. I'm dead ass serious. And like, they just laugh and stuff. And they be like, Connie, you crazy. But I'm not. I'm serious. Like, it's how I feel. And this is, everybody don't gotta think or have the same opinion as me. I ain't arguing with you about it, but I'm gonna stand on what I believe in, and can't nobody change my mind. In the beginning, it was 3 of us, and we was clashing a lot because our views wasn't the same, and I wasn't changing my views for nobody. So we had to depart, and I had to do my own thing. I was the one. I was the ticket anyway. I was the one that everybody knew. So I didn't need nobody. I was just trying to help some people out.
Right, facts. So Bad Jones of Philly, like, where do you want to see that? Like, is you trying to get it big enough to sell a network, or sell your show, or
we on the network already.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get this network built up. Like, I'm trying to be EP. I'm trying to have more than one show on there, where my name gonna be on the credits of every show. Like I'm gonna have something to do with it. They even gonna film my podcast.
Okay. And what's your podcast called?
Let's Talk About It, Sis, the podcast.
Do you have an Instagram page like that?
Yes. I'm LLC'd and all that.
Okay. All right. You got your business, right?
Right about now, my Instagram name is IG-Connieshamack, because a lot of my pages got deleted, so you know I had to change my name. But everybody knows Let's Talk About It, Sis.
How your DMs look like? What do people be in your DMs saying?
wow. I get all types of DMs. I was even show you a few of my DMs. You'll be like, people send me down low people fighting, domestics, just telling me all their business. Like, a lot of people open up to me. I guess I got that spirit that they feel like they could talk to me. Like, I'm not the person that people try to make me out to be. I'm just not with the dumb shit. Like, I'm just going to check a situation right then and there. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to let it sit on my mind. It's just you going to feel me right then and there.